We have senior congressional correspondent Chad Pergram on Capitol Hill with the latest. Chad?
Joey, good afternoon. Senate Republicans developed a plan to end the shutdown. It opens the government through January 31st. It also funds the Departments of Veterans Affairs and Agriculture. Congress is also funded through next September. The GOP believes some Democrats could break with their party and overcome a filibuster.
I believe there is a reason for hope. I think that many of my colleagues who've been voting no to shut down, to keep the government shut down, are seeing the real impacts on their constituents, the air flights being canceled. So yes, I think that is getting to the hearts of some people, to their consciences.
Now, ironically, the shutdown is not about spending levels. It's about money for Obamacare. Democrats demand a renewal of tax credits to defray spiking health care premiums. But President Trump wants Senate Republicans to send money directly to the people so they can purchase their own health care.
Let me just give a shout out to the president. He recognizes we have a problem. He knows the insurance market is broken. He wants money to go to patients and not to insurance companies.
Democrats floated an interim plan to open the government but renew Obamacare money on a temporary basis.
I think I've solved the problem here in the 39th day of the shutdown. Let us have at least a one-year extension. Let's have a debate on health care. Let's involve the American people in health care. Let's put our federal employees back to work with a paycheck. Thank you all.
Republicans said no deal. A test vote on the retooled GOP funding plan could come tomorrow. If it gets 60 yeas, it's just a matter of time before the Senate votes to reopen the government. Joey?
Chad, so on this, I know that Senator Shaheen is leading this group of moderate senators on the Democrat side that may jump over and vote to get this vote onto the floor. I think a lot of Americans understand how the votes work. A lot of them don't. So there's this vote that says you got to have 2/3 to get the bill on the floor, and then it's a simple majority. Is there room?
Not 2/3, 3/5, 60 votes. 60 votes, not 2/3.
Exactly. And so is there room for senators to vote to get it onto the floor, but not necessarily vote for it to pass?
Yeah, that's something very similar to what we saw back in March. There was a government funding deadline at that stage, and you had people like Jeanne Shaheen and Chuck Schumer, the minority leader in the Senate, who voted to break the filibuster, but ultimately did not vote for the underlying bill. We don't know what they might do at the end of the day, and we don't know what that universe of Democrats could possibly be to vote. But that happens regularly around here, where you have an issue and people say, OK, I'm not for the underlying bill, but I'll vote to end the filibuster on that. That happens regularly, and that could be a similar situation if they are to get their way out of this parliamentary cul-de-sac.
Chad, thanks for breaking that down. Another question for you on these Obamacare subsidies. Democrats want to extend the subsidies for another year, kick the can down the road, have this discussion with the American people, as Senator Bernie Sanders put it. You know, I would have thought that Senator Sanders would have liked President Trump's idea of giving that money to the people and letting them decide, but apparently that's not on the Democrat wish list. What is your sense of how much room there is on the Republican side to negotiate on these subsidies and that one-year extension? Is it a hard no, or is there some softening?
It's not a hard no at all. You've had John Thune and also House Speaker Mike Johnson indicate that they're willing to talk about health care as soon as the government is open again. You know, some Democrats say, OK, we'll take them at their word. Others are much more skeptical. They're also skeptical that they would ever get there. They want a date certain, but you can't really put that into legislation. This is going to be the firestorm. If you have people potentially like Jeanne Shaheen or other moderate Democrats who vote to end the filibuster on this bill, and then they pass the interim spending bill, open up the government through the end of January, the rest of the government through September, as I said, you are going to have this internecine warfare between the moderate Democrats who voted for this and liberals. This is exactly what happened back in March when Chuck Schumer, the Democratic leader, who probably won't vote this time to break the filibuster, but they will say, look, they threw us under the bus. And the bigger issue is that Democrats, ran this play, government shutdown, and then got nothing out of it that was guaranteed. That's going to be the problem.
All right, Chad Pergram, thank you so much for the report.
Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.